Hi, my name's Tony Lawton, and I'm proud to say that my film Goldfish is an official selection at FirstGlance Film Festival, Philadelphia this year. These are my answers to Tinsel and Tyne's 5 questions for indie filmmakers. Well, the inspiration for the movie, as you know, I've been a professional actor, a stage actor in Philadelphia for the last 32 years. And a friend of mine, Jonathan Higgins, sent me a script that a friend of his had written. John Kolvenbach had written a play script called Goldfish, which is a love story. And I read it and I loved it, and I shopped it to theaters all over Philadelphia. I wanted to act in it. And for whatever reason, theaters were not interested in it. And I was talking to my friend Matt Pfeiffer about it, who's a stage director, and he says, this would make a great movie. There's only 4 characters in it, and there's no car chases, there's no explosions. And I thought about it for a while, and then I started looking into it. And I thought, in the digital age, this is something I can do. So I did a lot of homework, and I did a lot of practice, and I bought some equipment. I got some money from various people, and anyway, that was my inspiration. What really engaged me about the script was that it seemed to me to be a very faithful representation of what it really feels like to be in love, and all the terrors and all the risks, emotional risks that are involved in being in love. When you give your heart to somebody, what if things go wrong? How will you pick up the pieces? And should you even risk it in the first place? The theme is love, and I guess that love is the height of human experience. And at the end of the day, it's probably worth the terrible, terrible risk to throw your lot in with somebody, even at the risk of terrible pain, which is probably inevitable in any case. The author of the script, and I wanted to cleave as closely to his script as I could, he specified that he wanted some music from the Tommy Dorsey era at certain points within the story. So I thought it best to get authentic music for that. And once I paid for the rights to 3 songs from that era, I thought, well, we might as well go all the way and get this really good Nico song that I wanted to use for the opening credits. It seemed really the best and only song for the opening credits. Now, paying for the rights for all that music drove the budget up quite a bit, and that was painful, but I think it was worth it. Now in the rough cut, we used a lot of other copyrighted music, which I got rid of and I replaced with cheaper alternatives. I commissioned some original music from Jay Ansel and Rodney Wittenberg and a young artist named Abby Jean. They composed original music for The Thing, I think 3 or 4 songs. And then also I got some incidental music from artlist.io, which is a royalty-free online music service. And that solved a lot of problems. The most memorable response that I got to a screening of this movie, I had a few screenings up at Pennsylvania Shakespeare Festival this summer and one here in Philly in the fall. We finished these screenings, and I would come out into the lobby and there'd be people who had seen the movie with tears streaming down their faces. And that was very encouraging to me, because that was the effect that the story had on me. And I wanted to share that with my audience, and it worked. So yeah, it's a tearjerker, literally and figuratively. The shout-outs that I want to give to people who made the movie possible. First of all, to John Kolvenbach, who wrote the script and who sold us the rights to make a movie of his script at a very reasonable price. He knew our budget was limited. I want to thank our cast, who were so gifted and so great to work with. Trevor Fail and Kate Hampton, Campbell O'Hare and Ian Peaks. Some young people who I got to record sound for me. So that's Ava Weinsweig and Graham Cook and Arthur Robinson. Really great young people who were essentially my only crew aside from me. And finally, the backers and investors who gave us our budget. So that was especially June and Steve Wolfson in town, and various members of my family, including my parents and a lot of my brothers, and one uncle, and some of the relatives of some of the cast also. The movies that I guess I'm most in love with and that I would like to emulate the magic of, if I ever possibly could. Number one would be Miller's Crossing by the Coen brothers. And then in no particular order after that, The Dresser with Albert Finney and Tom Courtenay in 1980. After Hours by Martin Scorsese. Topsy Turvy by Mike Leigh. Oh, and Lars and the Real Girl. I couldn't even tell you offhand who directed that, but that was a great piece, very simple piece about people and feelings. Thanks again for giving me some publicity for this film. I hope you enjoy it. That's all. Thanks very much.